Saturday today, we're out for a bit of a walk. Haven't done much in the last few weeks walking wise, but I've done plenty in the way of getting up and doing something. My work is quite physical at the moment, and I'm working in a really hot warehouse, so I'm unpacking boxes and stuff, which is not a lot of fun, but yeah, the money's pretty good, so it's not forever. It's just this week I've had to. This week and some of next week I'll have to work in the warehouse. Here, give us your stick. It took me ages to get around to mowing because it was so hot. I'd come home from work around 4:30 and it's still really hot. By the time I turned on the air conditioners, had some afternoon tea, it was pretty hard to convince myself to get up and go and mow the lawn later on. I did get there. And just when I should have mowed the lawn was when it was really, really hot, and then it rained. And then of course, you know, the lawn was even longer, and we just got one of those little electric mowers, but I got there. My poor little mower just died. I'm only half done the yard. But gotta tell you, Lee was right. Doing yard work, you don't need a gym. Of this, oh, I reckon 4 meters long. I've just filled a large trailer full of palm fronds, and the task itself wasn't actually hard, but it's stuff that I've been avoiding doing in recent years. Bending down, climbing up, bending down. And gotta say, it actually did feel like a workout, and there's plenty left to do for another day. There's only one thing left to do now, and that's play fetch with whiskey in the pool. Pretty good with my food. I've still been eating 2-minute noodles, but I have cut away most other carbs. Like I don't eat a lot of rices or pastas or sandwiches or toast at the moment. I'm not saying that I'm going to cut it out completely. Like if it's a weekend, I will have a bit of toast. And when Lee comes home, I'm sure he'll make really nice chicken curries and stuff where they're just so delicious. You just have to eat it. For the first time, I could say in my adult life, like proper adult life, I don't think, or in a long time, maybe since my early 20s, I've not drunk alcohol for over a week. And normally if I don't drink alcohol for 3, 4, sometimes, you know, if I even go to 5 days, I'm still thinking about it and I still want to drink it, but I make myself not drink it. Where what's really interesting is last week, I haven't wanted to drink it. Like last night was Friday night. So typical Friday night would be, all right, relax, have a couple of quiet drinks. Maybe because Lee's not here and I'm just by myself, like what's fun about that? I don't mind. Usually I have a glass of wine or a glass of whiskey or something if I'm by myself anyway. Like that's, like I don't need to be with someone to enjoy a drink. But still, it's just like weird. I didn't want to, and that was really good. I even thought, oh, you know, I might have a bourbon and Coke because it was Friday night, but I just didn't want to. I'm actually really enjoying drinking water out of my Yeti bottle, and also having the water and ice on the fridge I think really helps. Like right now it's middle of the afternoon, you can probably see I'm sweating my ring off. It's pretty hot weather, so it's easy to drink a lot of water and enjoy it. It's lovely down here. I think it's the local kayaking or canoe club, and people just buy their personal ones and come down here as well. I thought about buying a canoe, but they're 3 meters long and I've got no way of getting it around at the moment, so maybe a kayak. Although the kayaks I think are 3 meters long. I don't know. Probably my best idea of if I wanted to jump out on the water and do stuff like that might be a paddleboard. Yeah, I don't know. I say these things, I get these ideas and then I forget how old, how unfit I am. So I think we'll try and stick to one thing at a time and get good at it, at, you know, going for walks or doing something, and then, you know, maybe I'll jump on that board. I've done a bit of work with working on my mind and soul and getting myself back into that zone again of wanting to do better with my life. I've reconnected again with a lady called Jasmine from Sun Jeweler. I think it's a wellness community, I guess. And she's just a beautiful soul, so they say you should associate with people who you want to be more like, and I'm not saying that I want to be more of a nicer person because she's incredibly nice, but I think I'd just like to explore different ideas. I'm just also looking into ideas for making additional income, which has got me excited again as well. Because as I say, you probably shouldn't try and necessarily spend less, but try and earn more maybe. Though eventually I want my cabin in the woods, which means I won't be spending much, but I need to be able to afford to buy it in the first place and not have a mortgage. That was our problem in Lucinda, is the fact that we had a massive mortgage to try and manage, and after 3 years of low income, it was like, oh, okay, let's go and get real incomes again. For me is that even though I haven't done much in the way of walking, I have done quite a bit in the way of being careful about my food and drinks. I had pretty healthy lunches for the most part, and like I said, I've basically cut right back on my alcohol. And so far I've dropped at least 1.5 kilos, so I think that's why they say don't just rely on scales. But when I first started I was 77.5, and when it was really hot and I might have been dehydrated, I got down to 75.5 kilos. Pretty much for now I sit around 75.7 to 76 depending on the day, and I'm happy with that progress. When the kids were younger, we used to bring them down here occasionally to do some surfing. It was a hell of a lot of fun, but I never ever wanted to come off the board. The other thing that really started concerning me though was it's a river, it's not a big lake, so I was always really concerned about a bad accident, and that does happen here. Unfortunately, there is a grave of a young teenager down here who was flung into the bank. And I got to say, when I was driving, and probably even I would say when others were driving, even like there were times that we got away with being a bit too close, and I'm glad that we stopped doing it. All right, you got to jump, put your seatbelt on, mate. I guess you got to pick your danger, because the danger in freshwater, besides a sneaky croc, which is unlikely, here, but there are urban myths about the odd sneaky salty being here. But being out in the ocean, you got crocodiles. I'll just wait for that car to go past. Come here, I'll put you on your leg. Come here. Ugh, come here. You got to put this one on now. There we go. Good boy. Yeah, so the ocean, you got crocodiles, irukandji, box jellyfish. It's like, okay, so pick how you're gonna die. Surfing in the river or surfing out in the ocean.